In section 8.4, we're going to be going over histograms and the empirical rule for a normal distribution that we'll get to a little bit later. But first, we're going to do our histograms here. So to start, we have sometimes very large sets of data in statistics. And when there's hundreds of data points in that set, you might want to group them together based off of ones that are around each other and be able to visualize it or know how many are within each range of values. And this is what we would essentially call a grouped frequency distribution or a histogram. So we had our frequency tables in 8.1 that we saw where it would tell us the number of data values for each specific data value that we had. The grouped ones just means that we're essentially grouping them together to get a range of values and saying how many are in that range. So an example here, we have the number of visitors at a beach, and in the table we can see that we have the age group, which is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and so on. And then we have the number of visitors, telling us the number of people at that beach that were in the age group of 0 to 5. So there was 18 people that were ages 0 to 5 that day at the beach. Then we can take all of the data in this table and create a histogram with it. And that's what we have over here on the right, where along the x-axis we have our age, which that is our groups. We can see that those are given as ranges 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and we have that marked along the x-axis here. And then the y-axis is our sort of count of how many people are in those groups, the number of visitors, and that is as well what's correlating to the height of the bars. So if we take a note at the first bar here on this graph, it has a width from 0 to 5. That's because our age group is 0 to 5, and then it's got a height of 18 to correlate to there being 18 people in that group. Okay. A little bit to note now about our histograms and grouped frequency tables is that these intervals, the formal definition for what they're called is a class. That's the proper name for it. And in this distribution, it has 10 classes if we count up all of the different groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different classes. And then as well, each of these classes, the ranges that they have a lower and upper boundary. So if we take a look at our third interval here, that's our 10 to 15. The lower boundary is the 10, while the upper boundary is the 15. And one specific rule that we have with our histograms to make sure everything stays consistent is that any data value that is on a boundary, so on a common boundary, it is always assigned to the higher class. So that means if there was someone that went to this beach and they are age 15, they are not in that 10 to 15 class. They are instead bumped up to the 15 to 20 class.